Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to pretty easily beat Dead Rails. I'm going to be using no class for this, just because obviously if you're starting out then you're not going to have any class. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to walk over to this platform and you're going to go into this white thing, and I'm going to play solo but you don't really need to, and also keep it on normal. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to do is just walk over to the trading post over here and drag this gold onto this thing, sell it for $50, take the money. Then you're going to want to come over to this general store here, and you're going to drag 3 coal from the side onto this little platform here. And then click this thing to buy it, and then put it in your sack. And then you're going to head over to this stool here, it says daily news, and you're going to take all of these newspapers here. Take all of these newspapers, and then you want to head to the train. You're going to come to this furnace thing here, and you're going to empty your sack into the fuel. And then once you've got around 3/4 in your fuel, you can go, because 3/4 is enough to make it to the next outpost, which is at 10,000 meters. There's an outpost every 10,000 meters, so at 20,000 meters, 30,000 meters, 40,000 meters, 50,000 meters, 60,000 meters, 70,000 meters, and 80,000 meters. It's not worth stopping anywhere other than like coal ore, because those are pretty useful because you can just get free coal from it. Sometimes you can get lucky and get like free. Speaking of, there's one right here, so let me get off the train and mine it. If you have miner class, which is the first class I recommend getting after you beat the game, after you get enough bonds, then it's way faster to break the ores because it only takes 2 hits with the pickaxe compared to around like, I don't know, like 30 or 40 with a shovel. So it does take a while with a shovel, but it's worth it. There we go. Oh yeah, okay. 2 coal, that's pretty lucky. It's pretty nice. 2 coals, nearly enough to make it to the next outpost, but it's not worth taking the rocks. They're useless, they don't do anything. Alright, I got another coal here. Let me break it down. It's very annoying how long it takes, so once again, I recommend getting miner. It costs 15 bonds. Alright, only 1 coal this time. That's kind of unlucky. Normally you get more. Alright, so I'm at the next outpost now. You should have 3 more coal ready to go to the next outpost, but you want to wait until the night is over. As the sky is green, that means it's a zombie night, which is pretty good for fuel. If the moon is red, then that means that it's a vampire night. If the moon is big, that means it's a werewolf night, and if there's no moon whatsoever, that's a lightning night. Alright, now I'm going to collect all of these zombies' bodies, and I'm going to use them as fuel. If you don't have 3/4 worth of fuel after you put all of the bodies in the furnace, then you want to wait another night. But oh yeah, if it's a werewolf or a vampire night, then you want to sell their bodies and then buy coal, because that's even better. But lightning nights is completely useless, but you gotta stay underneath the train or a house's roof so that you don't get struck by lightning. And yeah, you can see I have 3/4 fuel there, so that's enough to get to the next outpost. Okay, wait, that's a lab. Alright, so if you don't know, labs are like one of the best, if not the best, structure in the game, because they just give loads of free money while having no enemies. Alright, so what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna come in here and ignore everything else, but you want to take the gold and the silver and this brain in a jar, because it sells for a lot. It's not worth spawning the boss because he's just way too hard, even though it gives you a cool gun. But it's not worth it, and you can just sell the jar for a lot of money. I will take this wheel though to defend my train, and also I took some books for fuel. So if you do find a wheel, then you want to put it on your window like this, because it means you can still look out without being shot at. Oh no, I accidentally used it as fuel. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Alright, so at the next outpost now. Let's stop here for the night. Alright, so now you're going to come to the trading post and sell any goodies that you found. I'm going to sell all the brain and the silver and gold and stuff. As you can see, that's the brain, $250, sells for a lot. Alright, I have 425 after selling everything, so now I'm just going to stock up on enough coal to reach the end. Alright, so I'm at the second outpost right now, and there's 8 outposts, so that means that there's 6 more that I need to do, and each outpost takes around 3 coal to get to, which means 6 times 3, that's 18, unless my maths is deceiving me. Alright, now I'm going to weld all of this coal down onto the floor so that it doesn't go away and I have space in my sack. And I'm going to fuel up the rest of the train so I have enough to make it to the next outpost. I'm also going to buy snake oil or 2 so that in case I need healing I can just heal up. Alright, now that we've got enough fuel to reach the end, let's get moving again. Alright, so it's night while I'm driving, which isn't very good, but it's okay as long as you just do not stop. If it's night, just keep going and do not stop whatsoever. And now we're at the outpost. If you see this box of sheet metal, buy it if you have enough. It costs 80, I believe. Yeah, it costs 80. I don't have enough, but once you get enough, buy that box of sheet metal because sheet metal is really important in defending your train, so you can use it to block off your windows. But I don't have enough, so I'll have to just get it in some other outpost. Alright, it's morning again, let's get moving. It's a zombie night, so it's not really worth collecting their bodies because I already have enough fuel. Alright, I will actually stop for this gold because I do need some extra money, and I believe the gold nuggets sell for around 50, so I do need that to get the sheet metal. Alright, nice, we got some gold. That means I have around 100 or so now. So let's get on the train and get moving. So there's these outlaw guys with guns. They're not really worth attacking because you can see they do a lot of damage, but if you manage to kill them all with your train, then it's worth stopping and looting their bodies so that you can sell the bodies at the sheriff's for a lot of money. Also, it's not worth doing the castle because it's just way too hard, especially if you haven't got a gun. And now we are at the 40,000 meter mark. Let me sell my gold nugget and see if they have steel plates. Alright, come on. Come on. Oh, seriously, no steel. Alright, I guess I can take the barbed wire. I do want 1 barbed wire with me. Alright, for now I'm just going to weld this barbed wire to the train. Alright, it's a werewolf night. That's pretty good for money. Alright, I literally have no idea to get that werewolf up there. That's probably just gotta stay there. Now let's sell all these bodies. I'm actually gonna head over to the gunsmith now and buy a gun. So once you're buying a gun, it's the same as the other shops. You just drag it on there, get some ammo as well. I'm just gonna get 48. It says 12 rounds on the thing for some reason, but it is 24. In my opinion, rifle's the only gun that's worth buying from a shop. Obviously, if you find another gun somewhere, like in a building, then it's worth taking it, but rifles are the only ones worth buying. Alright, let's refill the train. And let's get moving. Also, a little tip is, if you're at full speed, you can press right slash to open the chat, which means that you do not need to hold W anymore. It's just nice to know, so you don't have to hold W all the time. Yeah, there's these zombie villagers. They're not worth stopping for unless you have like a lot of ammo or you're in a team, but if you're going solo and you don't have any ammo or much ammo, then they're definitely not worth stopping for because they're really risky. And now we're at the outpost. So it's a lightning night because there's no moon. Alright, when it's a lightning night, you just want to stay underneath a cover, whether that be a train or another house, but never go outside because the lightning can one-shot you. Alright, now it's morning. I'm going to check if they have steel. Hopefully they do, because you really need some steel. You only really need one to beat the game, but if you see someone in the shop and you have enough money, buy it. Oh no, there isn't any steel. Alright, there's only 2 more or so outposts, so I really hope that there'll be some steel in some of those. Next stop, 60k. Alright, I'm at the 60,000 meter outpost now, and by now you should have enough fuel to reach the end, which will be about 6, because it takes about 3 to get to each outpost unless you have the conductor class. I really hope that there's some steel. No, that's so unlucky. There isn't. Alright, well, there's only one more stop, unless I find, like, a house that might have it. Alright, let's just wait another night, because it's already like 8 PM, so may as well wait. Alright, Vampire Night. Those are normally really good for money, so pretty nice. Alright, got a lot of money. Let's get moving again. Off we go. I'm actually gonna loot this house to see if there's a steel plate in it, because if there's not one at the last outpost, then it might be kind of screwed. Alright, there's nothing in here. Let's get out of here. Alright, there's a general store there that I'll probably come back and loot later if this outpost doesn't have steel, but I really hope it does. Oh no, that's really annoying. I really hope that general store has a steel plate, but it's probably quite rare, but hopefully. I'm gonna buy some snake oil just in case I need to use it. You don't need snake oil, but it's good to have in case you get into a sticky situation. Alright, I'm gonna loot the general store. I really hope there's some steel, but I doubt it. I might just have to use barbed wire, but that'll be really annoying. No way. Oh my god, there's actually steel. This is so clutch. Alright, I only need 1, so that's good. Alright, you want to leave around 10 PM so you get there in the morning. Alright, 10 PM, let's go. Alright, it's 77,000 meters. It should be around morning now, and you normally want to stop before the outpost. This is basically the hardest part of the whole run. You want to stop just before this little turn here, and then you're going to go out and you're going to take out your rifle and you're going to try to snipe the 2 guys on the turrets at the front. Then you're going to go closer, and once you get into the gate, you're going to shoot any outlaws that you see. You want to kill absolutely every one of them, so look in all of the houses to see if there are any. Also, there will be some on the turrets in the back, so watch out for those. Once you've killed every single outlaw in the village, you're going to want to drive the train into the town. Once you've done that, you're going to want to go around every building and loot all of the bonds and ammo. You only really need the rifle ammo. To be honest, you don't really need any ammo whatsoever, but I like picking them all up just for fun. But you want to take all of the bonds, because that's what you can buy classes with. Once you've looted all the houses, you're going to want to come over to this bridge here, and you're going to want to turn this crank. This will start the 4-minute timer, which starts the battle. So the first thing you want to do is, with your steel, you want to run into a building, doesn't matter what building, just a house. You take out your steel and barbed wire, and you're going to want to put the steel on the wall like that. The barbed wire you don't really need, but I'm just going to put it in front of, just in case any manage to get in, which they shouldn't. And the outlaws are going to try to break in, but as you can see, it's not budging. But don't go anywhere near, otherwise they will be able to hit you, so just stay a good distance far, and they will not be able to hit you, and it's a pretty easy win. Alright, we got a couple more seconds, and then we've won. This is a pretty easy game. It's just sometimes you have to get lucky, but as you can see, it just escapes. So, there you go. That's how you win Dead Rails. Be sure to like and subscribe. This video took a long time to make, so
please subscribe and like the video. Goodbye.